Hey guys, Derek with Blue Collar Chess here. Today I want to talk about, I think, something that gets overlooked a lot, which is the difference between learning theory and training chess to improve and get better. They're hand in hand, of course, but I'm of the belief that up until about 1800, I mean, maybe 15, 16, but I would say 1800 is when you really need to start training to kind of push beyond that plateau. So what I mean by learning theory is I think for the most part that's all you have to do. I don't think you need a ton of tactic books. I've broken it down to opening plans, positional theory, and strategy. And I put tactics in there as well, by the way, and I'm going to give book recommendations here in a second. And then my last one is endgame theory. So I think from when you start playing chess, once you play a few games and whatnot, and you want to get better, I think you have to start building your knowledge base. Okay, and while you're doing these things, you're going to be getting better at the skill part of chess too. But I don't think you need it yet. Um, like when I was 1500, I didn't realize how bad I actually played until I got to 1800, and now I am good enough to know how shit I am at chess. To be quite frank with you, and it's a little disheartening. But anyways, well, anyways, um, so when I'm talking about opening plans or just the opening, you need. So this is going to progress with you. The book that I've chosen for people to start off with is the FCO, which is the Fundamental Chess Openings. It's going to give you a basic overview of all the openings, basic plans, what you're going to do. There's also an online resource called Chessbook. You can put in your openings if you have a basic understanding of what all the openings are called, and it will kind of help you pick some stuff. It's a good program. I think it's for I really think high rated players should probably be using that stuff, but whatever. Anyways, so the FCO would be the book that you can get through for a long time. I didn't even know any openings till I was well into the 1800s, or 1700s, I should say. So then the positional theory and strategy part, I picked two books. I believe because you can start off when you're like 1,000 rated player, 600 whatever, and you can Winning Chess Strategy. I think is a very good book that will help you have a basic understanding of most of the chess principles. And then the other book I'm recommending at that level would be Tactics from Scratch. The guy does a very good job of breaking down how tactics work. And it's more of a book on, I mean, you're going to solve some puzzles, but it's more about him explaining to you like why it does what it does. And then the last part, Endgame Theory, I think Silman's Endgames is perfect for that. It's going to go by your rating, so you will always have a path to growth. And now, once you get to the point where you've gone through the book and you understand everything, you can move on to something else if you want. But in your training, you can add Van Perlo's Endgame Tactics, and you'll see a bunch of positions and get a bunch of ideas. So you probably don't really need to go on to the big ones there, the Endgame Manual and all that type of stuff. So now I want to talk about training. I think an overemphasis for people is put on training, and I think that's why people burn out. I know that's why I burn out because I'm trying to do too much. I even at 1800, I'm still getting value. So when I say 1800, I mean 1800 over the board. I'm still getting value from books like Capablanca's Best Endgames. I'm getting a ton of value from books like that. So they're not, or understanding chess move by move or logical chess move by move. That's what I was trying to say. Even though they're more geared towards like they say like beginners, I am still getting a ton of value from that type of stuff. And the reason why I like those books is because it kind of shows you a step by step. So you're looking at the entire game and the decision making process, which I think is very important. So with training, I've broken it down into four parts. I think visualization is huge, especially at my age. So when I come back to chess after a pretty big layoff from it, I realize how poor my board visualization was. So I had to work on that first. The recommendation I'm given to do that is a series on Chessable called Visualize by Benedictine, and I don't know, it was like 1 to 5 of them, five courses, I guess. They're all really good. Just pick one. I'd go with the first one first. The first one first. But then after visualization, so once you work on that skill so you can actually see the board a few moves deep, I think you really need to start working on your pattern recognition at that point. So they go hand in hand, right? If you can see deeply into the position but you can't recognize patterns, it's going to be tough for you. So that's what that's all about. So in the patterns, you have to recognize both tactical and positional patterns. It's just that, it's pretty simple. So I picked a book for that, 2 books for that, Woodpecker Method 1 and 2. I'm going to be honest with you, the Woodpecker Method 1, it's a good book. It's a really good combination book. It's probably not the best for tactics. You get almost any, by CTR actually. You know what, I'm going to completely change my thing. CTR is a great tactical resource. You'll just go through different tactics. So go through CTR. That will give you a lifetime of puzzles to go through. And Woodpecker 2 is a positional book on just making practical positional judgment calls. So and then after visualization and then patterns, you got to work on your calculation. Again, do you see how you need the visualization and the patterns to get to the calculation part? Because now you're using everything that you know. You have to be able to find these ideas 3 moves into the position. Okay, so calculation, in my opinion, is when you're starting to get pretty good and you need to really start stretching the old noggin out, and you're really trying to get those extra 100, 200, rating points. And I don't think you need it right away. I mean, it helps, but I don't think you need it for a long time, to be quite frank with you. So I think these guys who are 1,000, and they buy that book by that Indian dude, that's like a calculation master book. That thing is so useless for most of us. It's what's that? I bought it, unfortunately, and it's almost unusable for me. It's not for me. They market it like people like me because they need a larger base of people to buy it, but it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, Mastering Chess Strategy, or Mastering Chess Calculation or something. Anyways, it's just by Ramesh, that dude. So it just wasn't, it's almost not useful. And not to knock the book. The book is very useful for if you're a budding grandmaster, or you're very good at puzzles maybe. But for the average person, I think are looking at these videos and probably buying that book, it's almost useless. You might as well just I don't know, get a used copy, prop a table up with it or something. I don't know. Anyways, so after you visualize, you work on your patterns, you work on your calculation. So some chess positions you calculate and you don't have a clear conclusion because maybe there's 3 or 4 good moves. It's going to be hard to pick what the right move is at that point because it's just more of a what that particular person would play as opposed to what somebody else might play type of move. And so at that point you need evaluation skills. Okay, but I really think you need to work on stuff in that order. I think you need to work on your visualization, then your patterns, and then your calculation, and then your evaluation. So I kind of skipped over this. So for calculation, I think you should work on, there's a book called Forcing Chess Moves. I think it's a better calculating book. So when you're about 1800, I think is when you should probably get a book like that, and you're going to work through it. The evaluation, evaluate like a grandmaster. So it's not a book you're going to spend a lot of time per puzzle. So if you want to get it a little bit sooner and start working on your evaluation so you kind of start to have a more of a positional understanding, I think that's fine, personally. But again, I don't think you need it till about 1800. So, so Evaluate Like a Grandmaster by Eugene Perlstein and Nate Solon. Also a fantastic book. So that's my recommendation for people. And I think there's so much stuff out there right now. It's so convoluted, and the market is so saturated with products. And ideas on how to get better. That you just need a good basis on your knowledge and your theory, and then once you have that, and you don't need a lot to do that. Like, think about how many books you've bought compared to how many books you've actually read, right? So really, winning chess strategy is like all you need. I mean, it'd be that easy. You can buy a Silman book if you want. If you want like a bigger tome of ideas. But yeah, so once you work on that, then you go on to your training, and I mean, and honestly, I think you'll improve if you just follow that kind of method. Like, you have to have an open idea, you have to have a basic idea of positional ideas, and then you need to have some endgame theory, and then you need to be able to train all those things. And there's a bunch of resources for all that, right? Like, for calculation and for patterns, you could throw in Van Perle's Endgame Tactics, and that would help you out a lot there too. And it would give you, a bunch of pattern recognition, and it would also help you with your calculation, because a lot of them are just like simple endgames, But again, there's a little tactic in there that you wouldn't normally see it. So, anyways, I hope this video was helpful, guys. I think there's just so much crap out there, and people are just trying to make money off you, and you can simplify it. But if you want to get better, to have a practical view of it, it's going to take a long time, because you have to build the knowledge, and then you've got to work on the skills. You can do them at the same time, but to me that seems just like a lot, and you're going to be doing a lot of skill stuff just by working on the knowledge, and you'll get plenty of growth from just like looking at a book, to be honest. Or Simple Chess is another good book. Very easy to understand. Honestly, like if you play like the Ruy Lopez or the Italian Game, it's a type of book that will really help you there, because he really focuses on fundamental classical chess concepts and ideas. So yeah. Anyways, guys, it's Derek Blue Collar Chess. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry I rambled and rambled. Talk to you guys later.